Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets, presented by BettingPros. You know me, you know the voice of the guys, me, really real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service.
How about if you sweep it out?
What's the point? I can't do anything right.
You'll do fine.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Keep trying.
Yep, absolutely did. We did not have a good day. Reverse sweep on the day. Missed the two plays that I had, and in heartbreaking fashion in that as well. The Atlanta Dream, they let the Indiana Fever just hang around, man. But it's funny because they let the Fever hang around. But my thought was like, okay, I might lose the spread. Maybe I lose the spread because they're playing this really close. But for a long time, I just did not think they were going to drop the game outright. But then the Dream proceeded up 5, 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go, not to score for the rest of the game and lose. Oh man, Atlanta's gonna Atlanta. Like this. I thought this was the year Atlanta was gonna make it out the first round. I really did. I thought this was the year they were gonna make it out the first round. Atlanta's gonna Atlanta. That's what's gonna happen, man. Jackie Young over 16.5 points. She had 9.5. Uh, Nobody on the Aces side outside of Asia Wilson did anything in the third quarter, and then she was relatively quiet until towards the end of the fourth quarter. A really big offensive rebound and put back to give the Aces the win, but really, really tough stuff there. All right. Shout out to the Indiana Fever and the Las Vegas Aces moving on to the next round of the playoffs. One more game to go in the first round of the WNBA playoffs. But before I talk about that game, I have to remind everybody about the Betting Pros app. Make sure you go lock in with the Betting Pros app. Track your bets and stay accountable and level up by downloading the Betting Pros app. You can easily monitor your bets by performance, sport, and type. You can get game picks, props, parlays, custom betting systems. We got 20,000 of them. Sync your sports book and track your bets across all major sports book in one app. Plus, we have a special offer. Get Betting Pros Premium for 6 months. To claim the offer, just go to bettingpros.com/premium, make a deposit with a partner sportsbook, and place your wager. All right. Let's see here. My Liberty, New York Liberty, going up against the Phoenix Mercury on the road here. Mercury, last I checked, before I started, we're laying 2.5. Let me double check, just make sure that line didn't move. Yes, it's still 2.5 for the Mercury. 156 is the total. So I gave out this play, one of these plays already. I'm not going to give it out officially here, but I already officially gave out one of these plays on my other show, the WNBA Gambling Podcast, and I took the Mercury. I'm sorry, I almost said Liberty. I took the Mercury, laying 2.5 here. This is a really, really hard spot. Honestly, hard for both of these two teams. I've talked about it. It feels like so much about how the travel spot here is just really, really bad. By the way, speaking of travel, no matter who wins this game, they have 1 day plus travel, and then they have to go to Minnesota and play Minnesota. So good chance I'm on the Minnesota Lynx regardless of who wins this game. But I will say this, is that I think the Phoenix Mercury are now getting to a point where they feel comfortable with themselves in terms of on the defensive side of basketball, on the offensive side of basketball. That last game against Liberty, they got everybody involved. Everybody. They had like 20 plus assists in the game. They had everybody involved. And this Liberty team, their best player, Breanna Stewart, is walking around on one leg. Sabrina Ionescu hasn't shown up for the past month and some change. And I think it's really because she's dealing with injury and she's playing through it. But this team is not healthy. You sit here and you look at they don't have the rebounding. Naira Sabli isn't playing for whatever reason. I don't trust Sandy Brondello to coach them into a win here. the Liberty are going to, if they win this game, they are only going to win because the talent on the court supersedes the talent of the Phoenix Mercury. But Sandy Bordello is not doing them any favors on the bench. And so you add all of this together and it just looks like a horrible spot. And I'm curious why this is only 2.5, to be honest. I don't think that the Liberty are healthy. I don't think that the mindset is there. I think the travel again is going to mess with them just a little bit more because they are the team that's beat up with their best player, Breanna Stewart, being injured. And I just don't know where the offense is going to come from if Sabrina is not hitting. Well, I do know where the offense is going to come from. I'm going to tell you that in just a second. But I don't know how they're going to get enough offense with Sabrina not hitting, with Breanna Stewart hurt, with Jocko Jones going to war with AT inside the paint for the entire game. They're going to need the others to step up in a big way. And they just consistently did not get that over the course of the season. That's why they fell and don't even have the luxury of playing this game at home because of all the misfortunes that happened towards the season, of the injuries and the role players not being able to step up and next man or woman up in that aspect. Like they weren't able to do that. And it was Sandy Bordello. I think Sandy Bordello is the reason of it. And they won a championship last year, and I was very happy for the championship. I was also kind of annoyed because it meant we got another season of Sandy Bordello. And so I don't know. I don't think that this is going to be a good spot for the Liberty. I really don't. I think the Mercury are going to win this. I think it may be a contested game for a while, but when it gets to the fourth quarter, I think the Mercury are going to have too many options. I don't think the Liberty are going to be able to stop them, and the Liberty aren't going to be able to match them point for point. So I like the Phoenix Mercury to win the game. That's not an official play, but I do like the Mercury to win the game and move on to the next round. The defending champs go home in the first round in my head. Now, I'll talk to you about the bet that I am making. I can't make that bet official because I took it on the other show, and you know me, I'm superstitious. I can't do any of that. But the bet that I am making, you probably know what it is. But if you don't, if you're new to the program and you didn't catch me talk about game one or game two, then you probably don't know, and I'll tell you in just a second. But first, I have to remind everybody that you can get all of these bets over there at Hard Rock Bet. Hard Rock Hotels and Casino have been so great to me in the past. I definitely had some fun in the Hard Rock. What was that? Biloxi, Mississippi, where I was at when I was living down there and was messing around over there at the Hard Rock Hotels for a little bit. But now Hard Rock Bet is the only legal sports book in Florida. It's also available in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, Colorado. So that means I don't have to be at the casino to get my fix of the sports book at Hard Rock Bet. You can also play Hard Rock Bet's online casino if you are in New Jersey. So gear up for the NFL season. Sign up for Hard Rock Bet, make a $5 bet, and you will get $150 in bonus bets if you win. All right, let's see here. I am going to have to talk to you about Playoff Cloud because she didn't come through for us last game. The Liberty got destroyed and they ended up benching starters. She didn't get the full minutes. But I'm telling you, she has no choice but to show up in this game. No choice but to show up in this game. Sabrina's not been good. Stewie is hurt. They need that extra scoring, and that's what they went and got her for. They needed another ball handler. They needed another additional scorer that they could feel comfortable with. If we sit here and we look at this, Natasha Cloud in the playoffs, when she's coming off of a bad game, a game where we don't get that playoff cloud type of atmosphere, look at what she's done. 2019 had 9 points, bounced back with 19. Come back here in 2023, she had 4 points, bounced back with 33. I mean, there's multiple times over here, actually. You look at this 2019 again, 5 points. She came back and had 11 and got over this prop. So 3-0 since 2019 is Natasha Cloud when she's gone under in single digit points and then come back and gone over the prop or over this line right here of 10.5 points. And that's where I'm taking it. I like Natasha Cloud over 10.5 points. I'm going to ladder her again today. She's had very good games against the Mercury. As I've talked about, this is her former team. This is, that revenge aspect of, all right, I have a chance to send my former team home. And the Liberty, what I will say, are very good in identifying the cutters of the basketball and attempting to get them the ball. It may not work all the time, but they identify the cutters. They normally place a really, really good pass. There's a lot of good passers on this Liberty team with Sabrina Marie Johannes, like Natasha Cloud as well. Jacquel Jones is a great passing big. They have so many options that are very skilled in getting the ball to their teammates. And Natasha Cloud is a player that is very good moving off the ball. We know that she can spot up and shoot the three. She's been shooting the three really well in these playoffs. She's actually 50% from three right now, hitting 5 of 10. So I think that this is what it's going to be. Natasha Cloud is going to have to step up and have one of those big games. Maybe they get an Emma Meeseman coming off the bench of having a game as well. Somebody that can just help alleviate that scoring because they are really going to need it, especially if Sabrina Ionescu is not going to go out there and have one of those games. They got to have that backcourt be able to produce something. And I think that Natasha Cloud is going to be able to do that. So playoff Cloud yet again. Here we are. Over 10.5 points. And that's honestly the only play that I have for you. Now, of course, you know me. It's playoff Cloud, so I'm laddering. So, of course, I have this 10.5 points prop right here, but I'm also going to ladder her up to 20 at the very least. I might get a 25 if I can find it anywhere, but at the very least, I'm going to take her to 20. So, if you look at Natasha Cloud, over 10.5 points, minus 115, you can get over 14.5 points at plus 285, and you can get over 19.5 points at 12-1. DraftKings does have a 25-point bomb at 40-1. That'd be a crazy one. That'd be a crazy one. She gave us 25 in this game. But I do think that Natasha Cloud can have a really, really big impact in this game. I just don't think it's gonna end up affecting the final score at all. I think the Mercury are going to win. With that, I'm at really well __. This is whoa, I didn't even say that right. Can I try that again? I'm at really well __. On X. Make sure you give me a follow at BettingPros on X and TikTok, at BettingPros NFL on Instagram, and youtube.com/BettingPros. And with that, I will see you in Discord because round 2 of the playoffs start on Sunday. So I will drop some breakdowns of the round 2 series. I'll drop some futures bets in Discord, and I'll also drop my game 1 bets for round 2 of the WNBA, the semifinals of the WNBA playoffs. So with that, make sure you check it out. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end like this. We are out of here.